Imagine a world where the very fabric of reality is orchestrated by clandestine architects, the shadowy tectons. This isn't mere paranoia. The ever-curious detective Spinoza steps into the labyrinthine shadows, one hand clutching ancient tomes, the other grasping futuristic gadgets. Viewer, you embark on a journey into the depths of secrets, where each revelation strips away the layers of deception. As Spinoza lifts each veil, the truth eludes him like a wraith in the night. Dear viewer, does the ground beneath you feel stable? Or is it a mirage, a reality shaped by unseen forces? Spinoza finds himself locked in a game with enigmatic adversaries, the tectons. Their control is subtle, yet permeating. As you watch, imagine the ground shifting beneath your very feet. An old newspaper article surfaces. Tecton influence in global events, fact or fiction. The detective knows that the pursuit of truth is the only anchor. Dark clouds gather as Spinoza delves into the archives, dust in the air, secrets in every crumbling page. You, the image of curiosity, peer over his shoulder. The files speak of technological marvels beyond time's grasp, their creators missing in the sands of time. Viewer, we are pulled into a vortex of mystery, spiraling deeper into the abyss. Could the tectons be time's puppeteers, threading their will through history's loom? The city's air is thick with whispers, the ghostly murmurs of actors unseen. As Spinoza treks through dimly lit alleyways, you, an invisible companion, feel each shiver in the backbone of urban silence. The tecton's blueprint is etched in the oldest stones, hidden beneath layers of civilization's veneer. In the night's throbbing heart, what masquerades as coincidence might just be the meticulous strokes of a conspirator's brush. Do you shudder, or do you seek? Hackles rise in the chill of discovery, dear viewer, as Spinoza stares into the eyes of an informant, an enigmatic figure, the epitome of inscrutability. Their words are spiders weaving the web of a plot long woven. They shape destinies, the figure whispers, and ours is a tale they relish telling. You tremble, sensing the weight of invisible threads, pulling at the marionette strings of fate. The tectons curve reality, one shadowed gesture at a time. Imagine subterranean caverns where whispers echo against ancient stone. Spinoza descends, your gaze tightly knitted to the unraveling mystery. Illuminations in phosphorescent hues reveal a chamber of conspiratorial meeting, a sanctum of plotters crafting schemes on thin air. Envision the tectons' council, not in flesh, but in mirrored reflections. Their language is silence, yet each pause speaks tomes, a dance of manipulation and control. Viewer, are you an observer, or have you become entwined in the plot? The air is laced with uncertainty, dear sleuth. Spinoza grasps an encrypted manuscript, a relic of layered encryption. Its cryptic runes, beckoning to be decoded, twist before your eyes in an arcane dance. The tecton's signature is unmistakable, a labyrinth of puzzles locked within riddles. You, with your detective companion, sense the dawn of revelation. Or is it merely an illusion carefully crafted, a smokescreen for truths more elusive than shadows themselves? Would you believe the eyes deceive? Spinoza stands at the crossroads where logic stumbles into the uncanny. A simulation, a virtual odyssey, becomes his new frontier. You, too, wander this digital dreamscape, a midnight ballet of coded whispers. The tectons have hacked the very notion of reality, weaving truth and illusion in a feverish tapestry. Viewer, question your senses. Are you awake in your world, or merely dreaming within theirs? In this monochrome mosaic of finding and losing, Spinoza sits at a crossroads of possibilities. A map spread before him. Cities like clockworks in a grand design. Viewer, do you feel the tectonic shift of secrets unearthed? The tectons, unseen cartographers, scribe regions of influence, spanning realms beyond our own. Each locale, a piece in their cosmic chess game. The end game is near, dear seeker. But whose move shall pronounce the final checkmate? Under the chiaroscuro glow of lamplight, Spinoza strolls through corridors of philosophical enigma. Conflicting truths battle in the theater of the mind. Reader, join him as doubts expound the vast canvas of the soul. Did the tectons dream us? Or are we uncovering the dreams we architected for ourselves? A revelation struggles to surface, a phoenix attempting flight, amidst the deceptive embrace of shadows and light. Viewer, can you discern what truly lies beneath? The night is silent, save the murmuring symphony of the city's slumber. Yet for Spinoza, each silence is a note in a sonata of discovery. Fingerprints left by tectons shimmer in the eloquence of patterns only the wary can detect. Ah, dear analyst, watch him trace the constellations of deceit wheel above. These celestial configurations whisper of prophecies stillborn, of destinies charted upon the twilight's canvas. Is your reality merely a one-act play on an eternal stage? During the hush, when shadows claim dominion, Spinoza confronts the portrait gallery of history. Rows of visages, old and new, reflect an unfaltering gaze into the soul of conspiracies. Viewer, as you trace the contours of each face, do you discern the hidden marks of the tectons, those elusive orchestrators? They whisper in the brushstrokes of every epic's portrait. Remember, history is the art of who we reveal ourselves to be when nobody knows we are looking. Dark rain falls, its rhythm a metronome, to meditate the truths Spinoza seeks. The city breathes in tandem. O you companion on this odyssey, heed the raindrops. They are teardrops shed by the tectons, for the realities crafted with serpentine elegance. Watch as Spinoza strides through liquid shadows, grasping at streams of knowledge falling like cascading mythos. Each droplet shares a secret. Lean in to catch its whisper. Does line blur, my friend? The truth closer than we imagined. Recall the midnight soiree Spinoza once attended. Lo, a tapestry of intrigue unfurls. Invitations on red paper wrapped in musky scents. The tectons' signature scent. Peek into banquets, where guests parade in silken veils woven from hidden truths. Insider, chew the fruit of forbidden knowledge, drawing the chess master from the hall of mirrors. Feel their presence, hear their applause, for we crest destiny's tide on chartered courses, accompanied by the orchestra of souls unknown. Do you feel the crescendo? You, wanderer of souls, walk with Spinoza along the edge of twilight. Horizons blur into the liminal zone of cosmic understanding. Envision knowledge as a lighthouse shadowed by tecton silhouettes, guardians or jailers of truth. The story converges on a singularity, a black hole of comprehension swallowing assumptions whole. Viewer, stand atop this precipice of revelation. The voyage explores realms not yet charted. The tectons stir within the deepest recesses of imagination. Dare to leap, to unravel the final enigma. Picture the unsettling shadows of academia, where words are daggers. This is where Spinoza prowls, deciphering the whispers that cling to the corridors. An esoteric text, the Epic of Gilgamesh. Who claims original thought? Here, giants grapple with ghosts. Welcome to the labyrinth of knowledge. Spinoza strides through perplexing realms, tracing quill strokes that bend reality. You're now in his world, where every inkwell could hide a conspiracy. Watch him unearth secrets academia once buried, a contentious discovery. Gilgamesh, plagiarized. Spinoza ponders this audacious claim, fingers brushing against musty pages. Dear viewer, do you sense the deception? He follows the trail of ink crafted by restless hands. The plot thickens with every revelation. Spinoza's keen eye spots anomalies, anomalies cloaked in dust, evolving truths. Variables shift like shadows upon the scholar's face, a tale of ideas, borrowed and disguised. Prepare yourself. What lurks in this scholastic abyss might alter history. In the arcane underbelly of scholarly ambition, Spinoza grapples with forbidden scripts. Could previous epochs conceal a deception? As you delve with him, your perception grows sharper. Only the dark speaks the truth here. And trust, dear viewer, no silence is innocent. A classroom devoid of laughter, where every desk holds a specter of forgotten lore. Spinoza navigates the cryptic assembly of ideas. Eyes flicker under fluorescent deceit. Can you feel it? The very air is brimming with invisible wars of intellect. Beneath layers of scholarly dust lies a mystery locked in ancient tablets. Not every word is sacred. Spinoza delicately unravels secrets whispered through millennia, challenging the sanctity of academia. Stand by his side. An enigmatic mind plague infects reality. Spinoza's reflection quivers under the dim glow of conspiratorial thought, each ripple a decision unmade. In those somber eyes, see the specter of Gilgamesh standing accused. Would history wear a different face? Contemplate. You are treading on the seasons of deception. The cryptic silence within the chamber alerts Spinoza. The game's afoot. Each step reverberates through time's intricate web. Revelations linger in echoes, their touch both thrilling and deadly. Join him, viewer, in unraveling this clandestine weave. A haunting note caught in Spinoza's grasp, its edges singed, history's rejected truths. Within lies a tale rewritten. Your intuition sharpens, understanding that history's brush may be dipped in false hues, painting plebeian hues where gold once blazed. Under the heavy gaze of guardians past, Spinoza unearths another layer of intervention. An unchronicled battle fought with ink and intellect surfaces. Witness inertia's foe as Spinoza engages in dialogue with the dead. Viewer, can you see? The subterfuge grows darker still. Damp air clings to forgotten truths. Spinoza's torchlight dances across narratives lost, enticing dereliction. Are words merely vessels for deceit, you ask? He discerns between sincerity and shadows, casting off the chains of illusion. Stay vigilant, the end game approaches. A derelict archive where truth crouches hidden, where wisdom's shadow lives. Spinoza's pen scratches against uncertainty, his quarry nearly revealed. Be not deceived. The garb of knowledge conceals cunning. The timeless dance continues. Truth versus fabrications. With a steely resolve, Spinoza stands at the precipice of revelation. His intellect a cleaver against the dense veil of deceit, exposing falsity with a scholar's relentless fervor. In this noir tapestry, materialize alongside him as the void beckons a new understanding. The chapel of forgotten words, a clandestine relic of introspection. Spinoza's journey closes as silently as it began, his presence forever etched in the echoing halls. Dear viewer, we stand whispered threats of knowledge unsanctioned. The final truth lingers near, ever elusive. As shadows crept across the cobblestone streets, a riddle hung in the air. Could history itself be a lie? Meet Detective Spinoza. In this chapter of intrigue and conspiracy, we unravel the mysterious Moses forgery. What truths lie buried beneath centuries of deception? The evidence suggests a grand orchestration. Pay close attention, viewer, for it's your mind they are after. Spinoza leans over a cluttered desk, bathed in the dim light of a flickering lamp. An ancient manuscript lies open before him, the ink on its pages fading slowly over time. Who could forge something so expertly deceptive? Let this be your introduction to the labyrinth of lies as Spinoza deciphers a text that was never meant to exist. Across centuries and continents, whispers collide in hushed conspiracies. The Moses forgery is more than just a parable. It's a weapon of divine manipulation. The deep red seal, its wax cracked and broken, seals intentions only the astute can fathom. Your mind is the battlefield, dear viewer, as Spinoza traces ink trails back to their haunting origins. Spinoza recalls whispered tales of an artifact, older than the foundations of cities, buried beneath layers of deceit, a relic of power or myth. Through his magnifying glass, gossamer threads of falsehood weave a pattern too intricate to ignore. Here lies the challenge, friend. To discern truth from the artifice of history. Emerging from the effluent fog of history is a name, Solomon Iterung. A ghost? A code? Spinoza knows every myth has a mother, every hoax a progenitor. Hidden in Iterung's only letter, an encryption taunts him. Take heed, viewers. Your beliefs are the strings in this marionette theater of shadows. The Mokum sky cloaked in gray, Spinoza walks the canals, pondering. Somewhere in the low hum of commerce whispers an answer. Original or duplicate? Here you must join him, peer through layers of reality, to uncover the unseen puppet masters, the ancient strings pulled taut in this symphony of compliance. A meeting in a dim-lit alley, shrouded figures exchange information as a cat darts by, hissing its own prophecies. This moment, this exchange, holds the potential to jolt history's narrative. Spinoza draws from the darkness snippets of a truth long dormant. Will the curtain close before we piece together this puzzle? In a clandestine archive, Spinoza discovers parchments resistant to chronology. Time is the true crime, the original forger. As fingers trace ancient lines, cryptic symbols flash with intent. To understand the hidden code, viewers, you must dare to step into a world where time no longer holds reign. In a dark room, Spinoza delves deeper, twisting threads of revelation weaving through text. The pen of distant scribes still breathes, plotting beneath layers of forgotten grime. Trust and doubt step into this dance, signaling a duel. Stay alert, for your perception is the key to unveiling deceit. Museums hold artifacts, but it is in shadows they breathe. Spinoza spots a break in the facade, a small worn tome that thrums a dangerous rhythm. To unveil its secrets is to challenge an invisible dynasty. What you take for granted, viewer, might be shaped by unseen hands. Cloaked in irony, truth teeters on a precipice. Spinoza settles into an armchair. Constellations of thoughts orbit his mind. Intersecting manuscripts and discordant annotations hint at plots conceived in silence. Engage your skepticism, for what colludes in shadows conspires in light. Was Moses real, or is he the specter of belief? Spinoza stands at the edge of this existential dilemma, where philosophy and history blur. You, seeker, must question the origins. For as the past winds its tendrils into the present, notation alone does not bind reality. Scrawling notes in the fading light, Spinoza aligns sequences. Tongues, long silent, begin to speak through the ink. Each discovery is a heartbeat racing against the encroaching night. Interpretations are tools, yours to wield, as we frame the anatomy of forgery. Under clandestine skies, Spinoza pursues the hidden architect, a shadow within a shadow. Lists, names, and transactions bring us to a precipice. Is the illusion perpetrated beyond understanding? Keep your lens wide, questioning everything, for each choice echoes down the ages. Finally, a confrontation in a dim-lit library with history itself hanging in the balance. Spinoza faces the silent custodian of truth. Will you discern the echo of ancient frauds or succumb to them? The moonlight flickers through barred windows, the stage set for revelation or descent into madness. What if our history books are just dusty lies? Enter the shadowy world with Detective Baruch Spinoza, where truths unfold like the darkest noir. A genocide we never heard of, or worse, one that never was. Walk back into the hollows of secrecy, dear viewer, and explore the whispers with us. Spinoza lit his cigarette, watching the smoke coil like ghosts' tales. The files on his desk whispered of a vanished atrocity, or perhaps an engineered fantasy. Was this event erased from history or fabricated to obscure another? Dare to learn the answers lurking behind veils of deception, ready to ensnare the unwary. Follow Spinoza down rain-soaked alleys where truth hides in shadows. Who planted the story of the forgotten genocide? Or never happened at all? He traced fingers over frayed newspaper clippings, each a mosaic of confusion and contradiction. Viewer, feel the creeping chill of unknown truths emerging from obscurity to twist your perception. The archives whispered in hushed tones as Spinoza delved into forbidden dossiers. Every page repeated names of ghosts without graves, every lead a potential mirage. Could these have been victims or villainous fictions? Journey into the ink-stained memories with us, charting a course through deliberate obfuscation. Hushed conversations over coffee late into the night. Unlikely secrets emerged from restrained lips. Spinoza observed the faded eyes of those who witnessed, their memories tangling in webs of propaganda. As the liquid gold of lamplight flickered, the detective unraveled the thin threads of facts from fictional tapestries. Step into smoke-filled bars where rumors drip with crescents of unease. Spinoza's investigations tangled with faceless informants. Was this genocide a shadow script penned for power's bloodlust, or a distraction for darker deeds? Brace yourself against the sigh pull of secrets designed to rewrite reality. The midnight train rattled like a catalyst for memories. Spinoza's reflection watched from the window, a flicker in the darkness. Passenger stories wove narratives of non-existent terror. En route to a forgotten town of mysteries only half-whispered, he invites you, perceptive viewer, to weigh the evidence as you uncover truth or delusion. Spinoza stood where whispers rise to screams, an overgrown field marked by ghostly silence. No monuments, no memorials, a place many claimed existed only in nightmares. As dusk wrapped the horizon, proof of life or oblivion danced in patterns only the astute see. Examine the scene and decide your own truth. In the sterile fluorescence of a records room, Spinoza peered into dusty ledgers, numbers without names and policies that drenched histories in obscurity. Who benefits from the absence of truth? Align these numerics like stars, viewer, in the black sky of misinformation, to find structures of intent laid bare. Secrets etched in the veins of politicians like codes in marble statues. Eyes of the guilty flash fleetingly as Spinoza interrogates the coded lies. These are men sculpted by power, crafting narratives as tangible as the air we breathe, or deceptive whispers you'll unravel with every spoken word. Dangerous truths simmer beneath silken formalities, Spinoza gleaned from elegant soirees cloaked in subtext. As he listened to diplomatic overtures, gleams of clarity hinted that some fish in turbulent waters of chaos and misinformation. Will this mirage dissolve or maintain its vorticity in collective consciousness? The ticking clock mocked time's linearity as digital archives streamed past Spinoza. Virtual echoes hide realities beneath algorithms designed to pacify or incite. As the clock hands met at midnight, conclusions snapped into focus. Facts, fiction, and the void where truth should reside. Consolidate your findings, viewer, in this digital abyss. Interviews with the last few claimants. Spinoza dissected their testimony, parsing sincerity from self-deception. Blurred lines between fact and fabrication coalesced under scrutiny. Their stories, teetering at the brink of believability, demand careful consideration. Viewer, weave this tapestry and search for threads that truly bind. Every detective faces the final assembly, connecting enigmas unscripted. Spinoza amassed evidence like pieces in a surrealist puzzle, documentation, voices, landscapes lost in ambiguity, the unrecorded genocide, the genocide that never happened, remains a specter. Each piece now waits for your examination and insight, signaling closure or fresh confusion. Fearless viewer, this voyage through intellectual conspiracies ends here, yet its ripples stretch to shores unseen. Detective Spinoza respects the boundaries of human imagination and folly intermixed, an unsolved thread in the labyrinth of histories written and unwritten. Look into shadows you've unmasked and ponder the silence holding ultimate truths. The shadows of misinformation creep closer. How does one virgin birth shape history, leverage power, and remain curiously mistranslated? Spinoza deciphers the whispers among ancient codices in dusty libraries. His quill as sharp as a dagger, each stroke unravels the tale of a tapestry where truth and fiction are so tightly knit they might suffocate the reader. Will you venture these catacombs of deception beside him? Strange translations occur beneath flickering candlelight. Spinoza peers into the shimmering pool of history, his eyes catching the glint of truth. Submerged, distorted. You see, the term Alma, often replacing virgin, beckons interpretation. Was this a script rewritten in the veils of time? Handle its revelations with care. Even Spinoza's ink sometimes bleeds through. What impact did mere words have upon faith's unfaltering tower? Do ancient cartographers draw pathways of deceit? Spinoza consults his map of corrupted narratives, guiding us through a treacherous landscape where religious conviction meets linguistic ambiguity. Lingering echoes of whispers, shadowy figures of authority. Who rewrites these maps, steering belief on its tempestuous course? Through Spinoza's lens, the viewer becomes the navigator, charting a course between established dogma and the pursuit of undiscovered truths. Writers shackle words with intent. But can they imprison meaning? Our guide, Spinoza, perceives the white spaces of history, where meanings drift like ghosts trapped beneath parchment layers. His recent findings in forgotten margins of the Scripture expose an intentional mistranslation, a revelation that bears theological vulnerabilities. Which doors dare you open, knowing they might lead to reverberating chasms of uncertainty? Is faith a refuge or a shadowy pawn in a game of human ambition? Spinoza's investigation comes to the crossroads of motive. He weighs each scriptural variance, every choice starving the sacred. Ancient councils, clusters of power brokers, reforge the foundations of religion's narrative. The viewer is left to ponder. Who scripted the truths you hold dear? and what price loyalty to them demands when shadows are cast. In a dim-lit chamber, Spinoza embraces the truth that manuscripts, their ink aged and fading, could pen both wonder and havoc. Words, a distortion within the glass of the learned, held prisoner until released by unintended hands. As pages whisper forgotten tales to vigilant ears, Spinoza invites you deeper into a conspiracy, strung with delicate threads. Will you chance unraveling the fabric of your own understanding? Are pristine truths, but murky waters stirred by human hands? Spinoza uncovers a tarnished manuscript, pages once fervently guarded by cloisters of secrecy. We stand together on the precipice of enlightenment or madness. Can language, once sacred, be culpable of sins against its believers? Dare you trust your eyes, or will history's darkness devour the light of certainty? The ink of this forgery stains hearts and souls alike. In illumination's wake, shadows deepen still. Spinoza ventures to a hidden trove, whispers resounding from corners where light seldom treads. Linguists of yore, gatekeepers of doctrine, bestowed altered revelations, birthing an echo chamber for centuries to come. What if the truth is not a singularity, but an echo, immersed in the cadence of time, sweet yet bitter, charged with potential rewriting? Listener, whose echo interests you now? As explorers of long-buried secrets, Spinoza and you unearth truths lying dormant. Dust-ridden corridors of memory breathe deeply of our passage, hiding the machinations of long-standing beliefs. If the gospel rose on such shaky translations, then reality might too crumble beneath scrutiny. Was it error, mistranslation, or a grander deception at play? Trust in your visage. Carry the embers of insight with caution. Faith bends unnervingly in the glow of skepticism. Spinoza, ever the philosopher, nudges the viewer to ponder those delicate morsels of truth crushed under time's insatiable heel. As narratives merge and mingle, defy the macabre jest of human certainty. Each tale whispered into reality begs further inquiry. Unbound, they drift mercurial through the annals. Can trust be reassembled from fragments, or are we too swallowed by his story? The cloaked dimensions of power surface under scrutiny, challenging the eyes with half-truths, half-sworn. Engraved into the narrative sands, ancients left their imprints, signs hiding a mire of miscalculations. Spinoza scrutinizes what consciousness alone might miss. For every code there's a key, etched subtly into Scripture. The ancient lock trembles under his gaze. Will you step forth into history's gaping mouth and find the truth behind the parchment? Complex strokes on a canvas rewind centuries of creed and custom. Spinoza, detective and artist, reshapes evidence, unveiling the subtle canvases crafted by time's inscrutable hand. Words disguised, intentions masked, a grand harlequinade of faith, where none appears as it seems. The wisdom you hold, is it painted with truth, or merely colored with the deceptions of the past? Yours to discern before night falls completely. Across a table steeped with scholarly relics, Spinoza challenges the mysteries unfolding, languishing beneath. Every folio bears the weight of an empire's convictions. Every letter dovetails divine pretensions with human folly. In this conspiracy, even consciousness becomes a victim. You, anointed by inquiry, may navigate such precarious borders. Which path is yours? One of illumination or of perpetual shadow? Choose wisely and tread lightly. Do doctrines dissolve under the gaze of scrutiny? Once hidden in now-found pockets of knowledge, history's errors beckon as cautionary emblems. Feathers of conviction tremor beneath darkness's cloak, and Spinoza's unwavering resolve questions even the mightiest of tenets. As myths fall silent and shattered truths navigate their echoes to understanding, you are summoned to view the glimmer of exposed realities, each more unsettling than the last. In false shadows, align your curiosity. Spinoza finds the final threads, woven cryptically into the fabric of history. When obtained from a spectrum of vigilant seeking, can one misconstrue? Now poised at destiny's edge, the viewer must choose: follow Spinoza into yet darker chasms, or resurface, breathing lighter air. As ink spills onto the page and phantoms of deceit dissolve, decide. Will you ride the tide of history or alter its flow? Imagine a tale so dark it intertwines philosophy, religion, and power. A conspiracy born from forbidden texts. It takes an investigator like Spinoza, with intellect sharper than a dagger, to navigate this murky labyrinth of deceit. Why, you wonder? Because only Spinoza, with his relentless curiosity and unwavering logic, dares to probe the shadows cast by powerful institutions that wish to keep their secrets buried. Viewer, are you ready to confront the unthinkable? Underneath the grandeur of St. Peter's Basilica lies the Vatican Archive, a cryptic repository of history's guarded secrets. As you stand alongside Spinoza, feel the chill of hidden knowledge slithering through the darkness. What has the Vatican fought to keep locked away for centuries? Drawn to the heart by an anonymous whisper, Spinoza must decrypt the secrets that threaten to unravel the very fabric of heaven and earth. Imagine the grave consequences if Spinoza unveils the Vatican's greatest fear. Whispers of lost gospels ripple through the city, scriptures obscured by time, exposing truths that could shatter faith itself. Picture Spinoza hunched over candlelight, piecing together fragmented texts with the precision of a surgeon. Every whisper, every rumor, a cobblestone path to revelations that just might dissolve the divine enigma. Viewer, can you fathom the implications of such revelations? Deep in the night when the world sleeps, Spinoza wrestles not with angels, but with doctrines hidden in plain sight. Is the Vatican's power a holy mantle or a spider's web? Each word unearthed by Spinoza soaks in sacrilege. Each sentence a blade cutting through centuries of unchallenged sanctities. Are you prepared to reconcile with the darkness that shadows every institution revered by the masses? The edge of heresy is sharper than you dare to imagine. There's a code only decipherable by philosophers willing to dance with the divine and the arcane. For Spinoza, that dance is a battleground, each revelation a testament to humanity's unquenchable thirst for truth. Viewer, as you stand on truth's precipice with Spinoza, ask yourself, what truths would the Vatican crucify rather than revealed to the light of day. Brace yourself for a paradigm shift, where scripture and conspiracy collide. Hidden beneath the Vatican's gilded wings lie the fragments of a gospel Spinoza simply calls the unspoken word. With each musty page, his resolve deepens, yet the Vatican's shadow looms ever larger. Viewer, do you feel the encroaching weight of forbidden knowledge? This is a tale where belief could be blasphemy, and to question is to court catastrophe. Prepare to challenge the boundaries of faith with us. Glimpses of truths untold flicker in Spinoza's mind. They are dangerous specters that haunt every thinker who dares to defy the sacred canopy. What strategies will Spinoza employ in this cerebral cat-and-mouse game against the Vatican's formidable veil? Just like Spinoza's mind, yours must open to the tangled nuances where theology becomes not salvation, but a battleground. Welcome to the nexus of belief and conspiracy, where questions hold more power than answers. A shadowy figure obscured by the confessional's lattice speaks in cryptic tones. A confessor, not of sins, but of secrets. The air is thick with incense and intent. Is this ally or adversary? Spinoza listens, poised, the words a cipher for an even deeper mystery. Viewer, stand with him in this hallowed hall where trust is as elusive as the smoke, winding upwards to the heavens. Who can he rely on when truth is the ultimate treason? As the echoes of ancient bells toll midnight across the Vatican City, Spinoza unfurls a scroll evoking visions of forgotten prophets. Unearthed from the obsidian depths, these passages tremble with potency. As you tread this dangerous water with Spinoza, the question remains: who gains when history is rewritten? Ask yourself, at what price does immortality come when it's forged in the fires of silence? Dare to face the abyss of rewritten history. Viewers, the time has come to fathom why God spoke, yet left so much unsaid. As night consumes day, Spinoza's discoveries pierce the veil of sanctioned ignorance, questioning not just theology, but reality itself. With every revelation, a dark responsibility burdens him, and by extension you. Are you prepared to witness the collision where silence and secret truths impact with thunderous consequence? Within this sacred arena, dogma is the wound that knowledge must heal. Beneath the colossal frescoes and gilded altars lies a parchment, its words carved as if by fire itself. Spinoza's breath catches, a text so forbidden even its existence is disavowed. As he reads with eyes wide open, the Vatican's defensive citadel crumbles, brick by metaphorical brick. Viewer, if fear precludes understanding, could you witness truths that unravel the divine? This is where even angels fear to tread, and mortals must decipher what should have remained hidden. This clandestine journey unveils the labyrinthine networks that tie the sacred to the sinister. In the heart of ancient sanctuaries, Spinoza discovers webs of influence wielded by unseen hands. Stand vigilant, viewer, for behind every closed door waits an unveiling so tumultuous, its impact could echo through the halls of power. Willful ignorance is no savior when the wrath of enlightenment is unleashed. With caution, gaze upon the nexus of intrigue, crafted by centuries of fear. Have you ever felt the weight of the unseen, the pressure of an invisible hand, orchestrating truths that shape destinies? Spinoza does, for the power he challenges is an empire. This is not merely a search for knowledge, but a symphony where each dissonant note plays against the prelude of accepted reality. Viewer, shall we continue this somber dance with shadows to confront the architects of an immaterial kingdom? There, every whisper resists the roar of enlightenment. A forbidden library beneath the Vatican, each tome a gateway to dangerous knowledge. Picture Spinoza's fingers tracing along volumes supposedly lost to time, their pages whispering secrets of origin, destiny, and power. Viewer, this is more than a collection of words. It's a chronicle of what history refused to acknowledge. Stand with Spinoza in this hallowed archive where the ancient whispers promise revelations that no podium dares unveil. Darkness, it seems, thirsts for the light. Spinoza knows that every revelation comes at a cost. Alone in the Vatican's corridors, where each echo magnifies the weight of forbidden knowledge, he ponders the abyss. Is truth worth the void it unveils, the faith it dismantles? Viewer, join him in this introspective moment, where every shadow could be a prelude to enlightenment or madness. As the Vatican plays its sacred game, ask yourself, what do you choose, knowledge or ignorance? Welcome to the